Hi everybody, it's Diana with stampingwithdi.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Mimeograph Monday with a twist. And I'm going to be doing the really cute, supremely awesome stamp set. In fact, I hadn't even used it yet because look, I just mounted the the pieces that I'm using so far. So I don't know if you're like me or if you get them all mounted as soon as you get them. But sometimes when I get my orders, I get a lot, so I usually just wait till I need them. But if you have never been to my channel before, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So today is my Mimeograph Monday with a twist. So basically, I'm going to be casing a project out of one of the current catalogs. Sometimes I even use a flyer, an online flyer. This time I'm using the annual catalog. So I'm going to do the card how I think it was made, and then I'll do a twist on it. So I will be doing two projects today. So, and if there's ever anything you want me to show, or maybe you'll have a question about something that was used, make sure you let me know. You can always get the recipes on my blog over here under the current catalogs on the top. Just click on that, and when you open it up, you'll be able to see the recipes to the current catalogs. Now keep in mind when the catalog retires, then I'll take those down and I'll put the new ones up. So with the September to December mini catalog almost retiring, right? Like things are already like flying out the door. They're already running out of stuff. I'll be taking that down. So if you need that, just make sure you grab it before it's gone. Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to blab about. Jeff had to go to the DMV and all that good stuff, so Winston's sleeping right now in his chair, but I'm afraid that if Jeff comes in the house, he'll be barking, so I want to get going before that happens. So I'm going to turn my camera, so close your eyes just for a second while I get adjusted. Before we get going, I want to remind you about the December host code. So if you're ordering in my store and you're placing an order of less than $150 before tax and shipping, then this is the code that I would love for you to use. And that way it allows me to do the goodies and the guts each month. And speaking of the goodies and the guts, it is a fun December. So it's a mystery. So I have past goodies and guts from before. So I'm just going to, you're just going to be surprised what you get. Now, obviously, if you say you want to get goodies, you're going to get surprise goodies. If you say you want guts, you're going to get surprise guts. And if you want both, then simply order 150 before tax and shipping in the month, and then you'll get both. So you can also see more information about that on my blog. Also, my virtual spring social that's coming up in February, the early registration ends December the 19th. So you've got like a little over a week left to save a little bit when you register early. Make sure you let me know that you are going to be registering so that I'll watch for that. And I can send you the PayPal link as well. If you want to send a check, that is fine too. Just let me know and then I'll watch for the check. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today, this is a supremely awesome, so this is a fun stamp set. And I'm going to be doing this card right here. So that's the card I'm going to be doing. So I have my recipe, and this is the recipe that I talk about you can get on my blog. So it tells me like everything that was used and little hints. So they said it was a note card. So a note card is a 3.5 by 5, and this is Coastal Cabana is the ink that I'm using. And you can see I have my little glass mat here, so I'm just going to turn this on its side so I have a little bit more room here. All right, and this glass mat I showed you the other day, and you can, when you join my team during celebration, you can get this glass mat studio for free in your starter kit. If you're not, if you don't, care for the glass mat, you can simply, you get $30 more and free. So during celebration is a great time to join. I was able to pre-order it since I'm a demonstrator. And if you join my team this month, you may or may not be able to add that to your starter kit, because they were keeping so many kind of in stock for the pre-order, and then and then if too many got ordered, then they turned that off. So depending on when you decide to join, if you join before celebration, you may or may not have that opportunity to get that. Okay, so I know that's a lot of blah, 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 but anyways, I just wanted to let you know that information. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Granny Apple Green. And we're going to be just stamping the little pizza. Actually, it's the big pizza, because you have two pizzas in this stamp set. So I'm using the big one, and I'm just using the Granny Apple, and I'm just going to randomly stamp this around my card, and I'm spinning my card so that my pizzas aren't going all the same direction. And it's a lot easier to spin the card than to keep moving my arm around. All right. Okay. Then they also used the spatula and the spoon. Now, I was looking at this and I was like, to me, I would have made this be a pizza cutter for some reason. I don't know why, but it's super cute. So it could just be that. So you don't have to make it be a pizza, right? Because it has that green. Together we make a deluxe combo. So then maybe that would also have to do with, the spoon and the spatula. I don't know. I was just like thinking when I was like stamping it, a pizza cutter would look cute too. All right, so I'm just putting the little spoon and spatula around as well. Okay. Now, while I have my Granny Apple ink pad open, I want to stamp my You've Got a Pizza, My Heart. I love any stamp sets that have like a pun. So I'm just going to stamp that on that scrap and just set that aside. Now I'm going to wash this because we're also going to be doing some heat embossing. Now they had in the recipe that they used the Versamark, but you know me, when I use the white embossing powder, I like to use my craft pad because I can see where I am and it stays a little wetter than the Versamark, but you can use either or. All right, and they used the Melon Mambo, so I'm going to stamp my You've Got a Piece of My Heart with my craft. Before I do that, hang on a minute, I want to get this ready. I like to get my little embossing powder ready before I go. All right, so You've Got a Piece of My Heart, and then that's just going to go there. And then we'll quickly pour our powder on there. Let it sit in there just a little bit, soak into the ink, and then tap it off. Okay. Then I've got my heat gun or my heat tool off to the side, and then I'm just going to heat set this. So once it starts to turn, then you know you need to move to the next section. Because right now it's just kind of like a matte, and then once it turns shiny and white, then you know, oh, it's cooking it. So you can see it's changing. I remember when I first became a demonstrator, well, not even as a demonstrator, when I first became a Stampin' Up customer, my first, one of my first workshops I ever went to, that embossing, that is a big, big, exciting, like if you've never done a craft, it's just such a wow, and it still is, is a pretty cool, easy way to add some pizzazz to your card. All right, so this is just a 2-inch circle punch, and I'm just going to slide that up and punch it out. All right. Now they also have me using the metallic, and these are the metallic enamel effects basics. There's a gold, silver, and copper, and they have the gold. Now they said that they made them on the silicone, and then they let them dry, and then they peeled them off, and then you put them on with the glue. But you could do them on the card too. So if you're going to do them, you're just going to, you know, draw a line. I just kind of did a V, and then I went like this. So it's kind of like a funky looking heart. But anyways, and then you can put a couple drops. And then you just want to let that dry really well. And then I kind of go like this. You know when you make a cake and you pounce it on the counter to get the bubbles out? I kind of do the same thing. All right, so this is going to take a little bit of time to dry, so I'm going to set it over there so I don't put my arm in it. All right, so let's see. We want our pizza. And I'm just going to fussy cut that out there. And here. And this is simply going to get glued over top of this pizza. So you've got a pizza my heart, and I need some dimensionals. And I'm going to put my dimensional right over top of the pizza word. And then we're just going to glue this one over top like that. Now I glued it on here, and then I can see to trim this. Because when I did it, my first one, I cut it, and then when I put it on the circle, I had trimmed it too short. So it's a lot easier to put it on the circle first, and then you can trim it. All right. We also are going to be using the pool party. I'm like looking all over, like, well, here it is, underneath my granny apple pad. We're using the Pool Party Grow Green. And I want this on here. And my ribbon scissors. Okay. So I'm just going to use some seal. And I'm just going to put a little bit of seal right there. That's going to hold my ribbon in place. And then I'm going to put a little seal again. Because you won't see this, right? The you've got a pizza is going to be over top of it. That's just going to keep it in place while I get everything assembled. Then we're just going to cut at an angle and at an angle. Okay. Then we're going to take some more dimensionals. And these are from a kit. Nothing gets wasted in my studio. I hope you're the same way. All right, and then this is just going to simply get glued over top of that. You've got a pizza, my heart. Isn't that so cute and so simple? This would be an awesome, like an invite too, right? You've got a pizza, my heart. You're invited to a pizza party, you know, whatever. Okay, so let me bring these over. Now let's see if I can find the one. So this is the one I just did, right? So I did these a little bit ago. So that one looks dry. And all it does is it peels off of here because nothing sticks to the silicone. Is that one dry too? Yeah. So they just peel off. Let's see here. Here it is. So I just want some of my green tip glue. I'm going to put a tiny little bit of green tip glue. And we're going to pick our little heart up. And flip it over. There we go. So you can do it this way. So you can glue this on here. Like that. You can do the same thing here. Or you can even draw it right on here. So the only thing is if you draw it on here and you boo-boo it, it's on the card. So if you do it on the silicone and you boo-boo, then, you know, you can draw it and do it again. So I'm just going to do some little circles. And again, that heart. So the heart, I had the hardest time doing that heart just right. So you just kind of have to not be too particular how it looks. But let's see, 1, 2, 3, there's a 6 there. So let's do one more. All right. And again, I'm going to bounce it up and down so that they kind of get a little flatter. But isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh, I love it so much. All right, so let me clean up my mess and we will get to the twist. So for my twist, I am using real red. I'm also going to use the cute little chef. I'm also using the scalloped contours. I'm also going to use the Joy of Christmas 12 by 12 as well as the Les Shops. I'm going to make this a regular size card. So this is your A4. And I'm using the basic white thick for my card base. And this is going to go on the inside. So here are the papers, because I thought this really looked kind of Italian, right? Like maybe the tablecloths or whatever at the pizza parlor. So I liked the look of that. All right. Oop, this one's out. I'll have to fill that up. I knew that was going to happen. I just didn't think it was going to happen right that second. All right. So this goes there. Make sure I use the right one. And this one goes here. This one's almost out too. All right. Make sure I'm doing the right one. All right, so this one is going to go on here. But I thought this looked fun, like it was the, you know, all right, I had to put Winston in the house. Jeff's home. All right, so I made it through one card before he got home. All right, so this is just going to go on the inside. But this to me looked kind of like, you know, you've gone to the mall. Do people go to malls anymore? I don't know, but the pizza place anyways. All right, so this is just going to go on the bottom here. I'm like putting it upside down. All right. I got all flustered. Alrighty. This is glued on there. And I'll just trim these because I am going to put this on a piece of basic white on the front. Okay, like that. All right, that's going to go on the front of the card. So let's get to some stamping. So look how cute this looks. All right, so let's get some stamping done. So I'm going to use the Memento because I am going to be coloring with the blends. And I want my big pizza. And I want this, I still wanted to use this saying. So that's why I'm going to use the real red because this is real red cherry cobbler in there. All right, so you've got a pizza, my heart. And I'm just going to stamp that on the inside. Oh, that's nice and crooked. All right, that's all right. That's okay. I'm going to put the pizza right next to it. and it won't be as obvious. All right. So we'll let that sit and dry. Now I have my scalloped contour, and we're going to put our little chef on there. And he's a good size. And I'm just going to color him with the blends. So let's put him right there. Okay, we'll let him dry. I like to let them sit and dry just a little bit before I start coloring them. That way the Memento can be really, really good and dry. All right, so we'll let him sit a tad. So let's color our pizza. So I have all my blends here. So I want it to look like the pizza is popping off the page. So I'm going to use my light gray granite, and I'm going to just put some light gray granite around the edge here, and that's just going to make the pizza pop off the page. All right. Then I want to take some. I want to do 4 and 6 and 1,000. All right, so the higher the number, the lighter the color. So I'm just going to put a little, this is number 400. So I'm going to put a little 400 around my edge here. And a little bit on this mushroom. So when you get a pizza, do you like lots of stuff on your pizza? Do you I love pineapple on my pizza, and Jeff is not a fan. So what I usually do is I will get canned pineapple. All right, so this is going to add a little light, and I'm going to go back and forth on my crust. So, you know, we'll just get, you know, the pizza, and then I'll eat my pineapple with a fork as I bite my pizza, because I love that sweet and salty, you know, kind of flavor. All right, so there's my crust. Now for the cheese, I'm just going to pick daffodil. Now there might be other colors that you could use, like Cajun might work, even pumpkin, but I just stuck with the daffodil. And I'm just going to go, this is the dark, so I'm going to put dark here and there, kind of not perfect, because then I'm going to go back with the light and fill it in, just so that the cheese is kind of, you know, not perfect, right? All right, so that was the dark daffodil, and then I'll go with the light daffodil. So I like this because it's got the bay leaf in there, I'm assuming, right? Maybe not. Maybe not a bay leaf, because you're not supposed to eat them. So maybe it's something else. But anyways, it just kind of reminds me of bay leaf. So as well as Jeff's orchard that he planted, he also planted a laurel bay leaf. So we can have fresh bay leaves when I'm making pizza sauce. All right, so we have our light real red for our pepperoni. And then I'm going to take my 600 and add a little 600 to the edge, and that's just going to make my real red have a little bit of dark to them. I also like green peppers on my pizza, so I'm going to put some green peppers, and that might be basil, right? That might be basil, so I'm just going to make that be old olive. All right, so there's the inside of our card. So let's bring our cute little chef over. And I'm going to do the same thing. I want him to pop off the page. So I'm going to take my light gray granite, and I'm just going to, off the side here, just kind of go around. You don't have to be perfect. If you are worried about it, then simply trace the whole thing. And he's just going to pop off the page when you do that. Since this is stamped directly on there, he's not cut out or anything. This just kind of fools the eye. We also need to give him a ground so he's not flying in the air. There we go. So he's standing on the ground. It's a pizza party. All right. Now, I wanted to make his pants be dark, because anytime we've gone to a pizza place and you see the chef, he always has like these really, really dark pants on. And so I picked the light and the dark pebbled path. I didn't want them to be black. And I love this new pebbled path color. So that's what I chose. So it makes them nice and dark. But they're not black, they're not gray. It's just a really nice dark color. So this is the light. And then I'll finish it and add a little dark here and there underneath the band there and underneath the apron. And there. So it just makes that apron pop a little bit, like it's shadowing his legs. All right. I also wanted to do the the pizza pan. So I'm going to use the same pebbled path for the pizza pan, because we're going to assume this is nice and dark. It's really seasoned after many, many, many pizza cookings on there, so I'm going to have it be that pebbled path too. All right, but isn't that a really cool color? I love it. And if you want his hair to be a little darker, we could even put a little bit in his hair, in his mustache. And that just darkens that up a little bit and gives a little bit of two different colors on his hair. All right, so let's do some flirty flamingo. So we're going to put a little flirty on his hand. And of course, flirty cheeks. He's probably nice and rosy from the oven. All right, and then we'll have dark petal pink and light petal pink to finish. Okay, so that was the dark, and then we'll finish it with the light. Jeff and I, we go to Costco, and they have this really good, it's called Motor City Pizza. It is so yummy, and you just cook it at home, but it's got the thick crust, which I love, love, love thick crust. All right, so I'm going to also take that light gray granite, and I'm going to put a little bit on his hat, because his hat's white, but I don't want to ignore it and not color it at all. So I'm just putting a little light gray granite. I'm going to put a little bit on the apron as well, because that would be white too, and probably some red pizza sauce. I'm going to put a little bit here as well, and a little bit here, just so that I've not ignored his clothing. All right, then I'm going to take my real red, and I'm going to put his sleeves or whatever red, and the belt of his apron as well. and our pepperoni. But my husband loves mod pizza, and they're building one close to the house, but it doesn't look like it's going to be done anytime soon, so I'm glad he likes that pizza from Costco because I really like it. All right, so I'm going to take my number 600, just like I did before, and we're going to put a little bit on the edge here of that red, and it's just going to darken it up a little bit so that the red has got a little dark on the edge. Okay. Then let's finish our pizza. So again, I'm just using my daffodil. And we'll just color it, you know, here and there. Not perfect, because I'll go back with the light. And maybe your pizza would have the white sauce. The white cheese or whatever. All right, and let's do our crust. So again, let's see, 6. I just put a little bit of colors here and there. So 6. 4. So it's got a little different colors around it with the bubbly. And 1000. And again, I'll mess with it a little bit more. So it's got a little bit more color. 6 here. But I like to have it to be some different colors on it. All right, so there's my pizza. Let's show you how cute that is. All right, so let's put these away here and put our card together. So this one I kept it pretty simple. I didn't put any bling. I didn't put any ribbon because I've got, you know, all that paper there. We've got our coloring. So I didn't think it needed too much more. I am going to put him on with dimensionals. Now, of course, you could totally add some ribbon or whatever, but he is a big image, and he takes quite a bit of the front of the card. So I didn't want to put a ribbon because then that would cover up the designer series paper even more than he is, right? Because he's covering it quite a bit. So if I put a ribbon here, that would also cover up more. So I just left them pretty plain. You could take your gel pen. Now everybody will be getting a gel pen that is registered for my spring social. So we could put some little cheeks and little white dots, you know me. And what are those pants are stripes. We could even put with our gel pen some stripes. I'm just putting light. I'm not trying to be perfect. There we go. So it's almost like the stripes on their pants, or maybe some flower. So here's the one I did ahead of time. So I didn't put any white on that one, but they look very, very similar. All right, so let me show you the catalog version. Where did I put the catalog version? Oh, it's back here drying. Hold on. I had it drying behind me. All right, so here's the catalog version. And then here is my twist. I need to cover that little glare thing up. So what do you think? No, none is any better than the other. I think they're both adorable. So maybe this stamp set you hadn't got before. All right, let me see you later, alligator. Maybe you hadn't even noticed this stamp set. But he's just so cute with his little fancy mustache there. All right, so I'm going to say see you later. Tomorrow I have my Teach Me Tuesdays, episode 202. And I'm going to be doing the new painted, I can't remember what it's called. I moved it from behind me because it was right there. It's the new painted kit. So I'm going to be doing that to show you how beautiful that is. So if you have any questions, make sure you reach out to me. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock, Arizona time, same channel. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today. I really appreciate it. Bye for now.